Well, hello. It's Josh Whatcott with Blumquist Hill, one of our clinicians here, and I have a great opportunity to work with our first responder population. And today I'm pretty excited to be able to share some brief, quick tips and strategies to recognize when am I struggling as a first responder? When am I super stressed out? When am I overwhelmed? Are the experiences I'm going through, maybe they're traumatic, maybe they're not traumatic, are the things that I'm going through because of this tough job, am I recognizing manifestations that maybe others are seeing in me, I'm not recognizing myself, when it may be time to reach out and ask for some support? Because as we all know, as a first responder, it can be tough to recognize when you're struggling because the job demands emotional resilience and mental toughness. However, there are certain signs that we manifest in our behaviors when we're having difficulty coping with the stress of the role. First, if you're constantly feeling what I hear most often from first responders is I'm always on edge, I'm super irritable, or I'm experiencing mood swings, or my wife says, "Gosh, you're a beep beep." This is a clue. This is a clue that we're getting burnt out, or we're having some pretty significant stress. And as I mentioned in hypervigilance, feeling on alert even when we're off duty can also be a red flag. Difficulty sleeping or nightmares related to work incidents are common signs of post-traumatic stress. Physically, here are some things that you might recognize within yourself. You might notice things like unexplained fatigue. You might be having more headaches than you normally do, or you're having some muscle tension. These can be signs your body is carrying the weight of the stress without enough recovery in between. Alternatively, if you're avoiding social situations, isolating yourself from your friends and your colleagues, or you're withdrawing from activities that you really once enjoyed, this could also be an indication of emotional exhaustion. Changes in your work performance, such as difficulty concentrating or making decisions, may also signal that you're struggling. I used to see many times in when I was a sergeant, when guys were struggling, I would look at them and, I'd have people that wrote great reports and they were leaving elements of the crime out of the reports, or they were leaving things on scenes of calls for service, or they were backing into polls, frivolous accidents that are avoidable, often would indicate to me that maybe they were overwhelmed with some stress, or maybe it was even a call for service that they were having a hard time processing. Similarly, relying more on unhealthy coping mechanisms, which I would often see like alcohol, drugs, or overeating can be a way to manage the overwhelming emotions that come with the job, and we end up with some pretty piss poor consequences. So recognizing these things within yourself is important to reach out to friends, family, or if you feel stuck, you can reach out for support here at Blumquist Health. Acknowledge Acknowledging the changes is the first step to finding support and taking care of yourself and your emotional health. So again, look for the manifestations that I briefly spoke about here today. And if you find you're exercising, you're you're doing the things that you enjoy to do, and you're eating well, and you're having good socialization, you're still experiencing some of these manifestations that aren't going away after a period of time. Again, it may be time that you check in. So if there's some things that we can do for you here at Plumquist Health, please reach out. I hope you find these strategies and these tips helpful. And as always, be safe. Bye bye.